You right there. If you haven't closed a wholesale deal in the past 30 days, it's not because you're lazy, and it's definitely not because wholesale real estate is dead. It's because you've been using the same old strategies everyone's been using for years. Pulling the same list, calling the same beat up sellers, and fighting over the same dead markets as every other beginner. How would I know? I tried them all, but now I've closed over $1 million in assignment fees. So in this video, I'm gonna show you exactly what I do if I started from zero today and how I would close 3 deals in the next 99 days without blowing your money on random softwares and wasting hours cold calling Zillow leads. This is no fluff, no recycled guru advice. This is the exact process that I actually use to get deals signed and money wired in the bank, even if you've been stuck for months. Every wholesaler makes the same mistake. They either choose some random market that they heard on a podcast, or they start wholesaling in their backyard, which is usually saturated by other wholesalers. If I was starting from zero, I'd spend my first day identifying 10 micro markets. What I'm looking for is a certain population size, a specific neighborhood, specific zip codes, but most of all, high investor activity so I can actually get my deal sold, but low wholesaler saturation. When you choose your markets with intention, you are no longer just another wholesaler. You have built trust and authority. You are now the guy everyone goes to whenever they want to sell or buy a deal. Mastering one market that no one else is in will save you so much time and bring deals in consistently. I got some notes in front of me, and I'm going to tell you exactly what I look for whenever it comes to market size. So advice on actually looking for a micro market, you usually want to find a market outside of a bigger city. So the first market I ever came across was Greenville, Texas. It was a hot market back in the day, and it's about an hour outside of Dallas. Now, what was special about this market is it actually created the criteria that I use for every other market. When you are choosing a micro market, you want to find something that is 1 hour away from a metro city. 2, then you want to make sure it has a population size of a minimum of 50,000 to a maximum of 120,000 people in that market. You want to go to realtor.com and look at the average list price. The max average list price you want to stop at is like 300,000. Any market where it's over 300,000, it's going to be like looking for a needle in a haystack. These people aren't that motivated because they're pretty well off. But you want to have a minimum average list price of 150,000. If you go too low, everyone's going to be motivated, but you're not going to find any cash buyers. The sweet spot is an average list price of 200,000. These markets usually have a mix of investors that are looking to buy more deals and gentrify the area, and sellers who are in pain and need to sell their property. The last thing I'll tell you to do is look for cash buyers before you get into a market. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Instead, you want to look for signs of investor activity. So go on Redfin and just look for renovated properties. If you can find 4 to 5 renovated properties on the market that are listed, then this is going to tell you that there are investors in the market. So whenever you get your deal under contract, you can go straight to them and get it sold. So to find markets with no wholesaler competition and actual motivated sellers, this is what you want to look for. Go to analytics on PropStream, hit value, then hit estimated value. What happens is this heat map will pop up. And what you want to do is you want to focus on markets that are all baby blue. Baby blue represents sellers that are in pain and actually want to sell their property. Whenever you see red, blue, or green, these are markets where the seller is pretty well off and actually doesn't need to sell their property. They would be better off just listing it with a realtor. No pain. No pain for us means no contract. No contract, no money. Can y'all stop pulling the same exact list? Probates, pre-foreclosure, vacants. Same exact list every beginner has been pulling for the last 4 years. If you continue to call these lists, you're just gonna burn your money. You see, you can make 100 calls a day to this exact list and maybe get one slightly motivated seller that ghosts you. The reason is these exact lists have been beat up over and over and over again. The seller has heard the same pitch and doesn't want to hear it again. In our company, every 200 contacts, we get a deal. That is unheard of. Every 200 people we make a contact with, we usually get a $10,000 to $15,000 deal. So if I was to start all over, I would not spend a dime on a probate, vacant, or pre-foreclosure list. Instead, I want to find lists that no other wholesaler has access to. I want to find a list where these sellers actually have pain, and when I call them, I'm not just getting cussed out. I'm talking to sellers with real motivation and want to sell today. I cannot believe I'm giving this out for free on YouTube, but I want you to win. This list has made me hundreds of thousands of dollars. So just copy exactly what I do. You want to go up to filter, You want to go to residential. You want to hit select all, select all. You only want to deal with residential properties. We're not wholesaling barbershops, commercial land, or anything like that. You want to go down to MLS and you want to hit no. Anything that is listed on the market with the realtor is a huge red flag. Then we're going to scroll down to owner occupied. You want to hit no. You want to get paid within 30 to 40 days. It takes 30 to 40 days for anyone to actually move out of their property. Way too long. We need our money now. Owner type, we're going to hit select all. We're going to deselect corporate. Whenever you deselect corporate, this is going to basically remove all LLCs from the list, which are hard to skip trace. Then numbers of properties owned, you're going to do a minimum of 2 and a maximum of, we're going to do a maximum of 15, right? This list is not the exact list that I pulled, not all the way, all right? I have that gate kept for my actual one-on-one members. They'd be pissed if I gave it out for free, but there's about 3 more things you can do to make this list even tighter and only talk to motivated sellers. But honestly, if you want to pull this list, this is good enough. The third mistake most wholesalers make, they think they gotta get in the trenches and get dirty. They gotta drive for dollars. They gotta cold call hours and hours a day, and they wonder why they're burnt out and have never closed a deal. If I was starting over today, I would build a system where the sellers are coming to me and my business is running even if I'm not on the phone. There's actually gonna be 2 ways to do this, and when you stack them together, you're guaranteed $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a month. The first way is going to have cold callers, oversee cold callers. These are VAs. These are going to be people who are going to be generating leads for you, cold calling all day, and just putting them in your CRM whenever they come across a hot lead. Number 2 is going to be Facebook ads. These are going to be sellers that are already motivated, fill out a form and tell you, I need you to buy my property. They're coming to you instead of you going to them. When you do it this way, you go from a hustler to an actual CEO. You can spend most of your time closing deals because hot leads are hitting your CRM every single day. This one thing was the turning point for me. I had spent 3 years of my wholesale journey chasing leads, cold calling for hours, driving for dollars for hours. And then when I made this one switch, everything changed. Consistent leads hit my CRM every single day. I no longer burned out or lost my mind with sellers who just aren't motivated. When I made this switch, I realized this is how you scale fast and consistently. I had spent 3 years chasing leads, dialing for hours, driving for dollars for hours to only talk to sellers who just wasted my time. If you want to have a successful wholesale career and not burn out, implement this today. I get all my VAs from Upwork.com. I stay away from all third parties. Whenever you're choosing the right VA, you want to make sure they have a strong English accent and experience in talking to real estate leads. From there, all you need to do is work with them and train them every single day so they're always getting better. Whenever you are setting up your PPC campaigns, just make sure you have a high quality website, a high quality ad, and you are getting to this lead as fast as possible because they will fill out another form and leave you. All right, so you found a market in some random city that's across the United States from you. You can't get to it, but you just got a lead in your CRM. They're hot, they're motivated, they want to sell their property today. How do you get this person to sell you their property over the phone without ever meeting them? I've been doing this for 4 years and I've closed over 200 deals without ever seeing the property, shaking the seller's hand, or even meeting a buyer. You need to master a remote sales process. This allows you to close deals from anywhere in the world, all from your laptop. A remote sales process is not a script. This is not the motivation, time, condition, price that these other wholesalers sell you. This is a framework. This takes you from the first call with your seller when they have no idea who you are all the way to a closed contract, all by building rapport, establishing trust and credibility, being able to run your estimated rehabs, get pictures of the property, run comps, and find your ARV, all through asking specific questions in a conversation. When you master this, you are running laps around your competition. You are able to move faster, close more deals in multiple markets, and close them more consistently because you're not wasting time hopping in your car, wasting gas to go meet a seller in person, shake their hand, and have your time wasted. Now, when it comes to your remote sales process, I'm gonna show you the cold call and the warm call. The cold call, you wanna start with an intro. On this intro, what you're doing is you're giving just 15 seconds to go in, introduce yourself, and tell the seller why you're calling. From there, it's either gonna be a no or a yes. You're gonna transition and you're gonna stick to the motivation. You don't wanna do anything else. I go in depth in my program on like how I pull motivation out of sellers and understand their situation, but this is all you need. On this call, you wanna spend the next 5 minutes understanding their situation and their motivation. Do not talk about the property. Every wholesaler says, well, let's talk about the property and da-da. No, they suck. Stop doing that. Try to get to know your seller. See if you can help them. See if you can provide value. This is how you close deals. Don't give a fuck about the property. All right? Build rapport. Make a friend. All right, there's so many different levels of rapport, and how to build rapport would be way too long to go over in this video, but actually build a connection with your seller. This is how a seller trusts you over all the competition. I put condition, time, and pricing here, but I tell all my clients that this doesn't matter. Like, spend like 30 seconds, if that, on each of these. Like this does not matter. You'll figure all this out on the warm call. Stay in the motivation and situation pocket. And we have this shovel here because me and my clients know we're digging. We're putting in a knife and we're twisting it, and we're helping the seller realize that they're in pain so that they sell their property. Now, this is gonna be the warm process. What we do is we go with the intro and we state the agenda. So we're starting all over again. This is usually gonna be a follow-up call or maybe an inbound lead. And you're just telling them what's gonna happen on this call. Basically telling them we're gonna give them a cash offer. From there, we're just digging a little bit more on the motivation and situation. You already did this a lot on the first call, so you don't have to do it too much here, but you're just bringing it back up so that seller's back in that pain state. If you go straight to the property and talk about numbers, they're not in pain, so they're gonna reject your offer. But if they're in pain, they're more open to accepting your offer. From there, you wanna go in a deep dive in condition. You wanna know every single thing about the inside of the property. There's specific ways you wanna ask this. What you wanna avoid doing is saying, what's this? What about the kitchen? What about the bathroom? And you're rapid firing questions at the seller like it's an interrogation. Instead, ask open-ended questions like it's a conversation. One of my favorite questions I like to ask is, Mr. Seller, if you were in my shoes, what would you want to know about the property? Or I say, Mr. Seller, honestly, walk me through the entire property. I'm closing my eyes. I'm trying to envision it. When I open that front door, what do I see? And walk me through everything. From there, you want to qualify deeper. You want to figure out what's the exact timeline they want to sell their property, and you want to explain the process to them. Your seller needs complete clarity on what happens after they sell their property to you or sign a contract with you. If they don't have clarity on this process, they're never going to sign that contract. But once you get the contract, it's pretty easy to get photos. The way I like to get photos is with these 5 methods right here: either Craigslist, Redfin Realtor referrals, local photographers, local notaries, JV partners, and people in a Facebook group. My favorite one right now is asking local notaries. This has been super solid for us recently. And then to estimate rehab, I'm gonna give this out to you free. Just take a screenshot of this. This is how you're gonna know how much rehab it goes into the property. So if the square footage is under 1,500 and it just needs light cosmetics or paint or carpet, it's probably gonna be only like 10K. But if it's like a bigger property, maybe 30K. If it's a full gut, 50K to 100K. This is gonna be very helpful on estimating rehab when you never see the property. That's it. That is the exact process I would use to scale to $10,000 to $30,000 a month within my wholesale business from scratch. Take action today, and by next month, you should be closing 2 to 3 deals consistently without wasting time and money on strategies that no longer work. Now, if I'm putting myself in your shoes, you really have 2 options. The truth is, whenever you do start this and you try to do it alone, you're gonna burn cash. You're not gonna understand how to choose a market. You won't understand how to analyze deals. You won't understand how to actually complete a remote sales process. You won't understand how to pull exclusive data that nobody else has. Through learning this, you're gonna see your wholesale journey go up and down and up and down and up and down until you really master it, which might honestly take a few months to up to a year. So you got 2 choices. 1, you can try to figure it out yourself and hope it works. Or number 2, you can just work with me and my team, and we'll guide you throughout the entire process, working with you one-on-one. Our guarantee is we'll help you close 3 deals in the next 99 days. Only if you're serious about actually getting a wire to your bank account rather than just learning about the industry, hit the first link in the description and book a call with my team. We'll break down a custom week-by-week, month-by-month game plan to get you your first deal. But if you don't trust me yet, click here to watch me close a $13,000 deal live. Or if you have a deal under contract but just need help getting it sold, let me show you exactly how I find my cash buyers within 48 hours. Till then, if you have any more questions, go ahead and leave it in the comment section, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.